Hello everyone, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to another movie news roundup series. So there's a lot of movie news going on this week, but before I get into that, here are a few words from the channel. Hey, before we start this video, I wanted to remind you guys that there are two new digital art prints as well as a special art print for August on my Patreon account. The digital art prints include the Captain America's shield and the Eyes on You new patrons digital art. So if you pledge to my Patreon page between August 1st through August 31st, you will be receiving these two digital art prints as well as the special Patron Badge of Honor digital art print. So if you want to add the Captain America shield and the Eyes on You new patrons digital arts to your digital art collection, then please feel free to pledge before August 31st. And now, let's get on to the video. Alright everybody, it's time to get on the social media train. Want to chat with me in 100 words or less? Then check out my Twitter account. Want to talk about movies, TV shows, and video games within the group? Then check out my Facebook account. Want to check out some of my ultra cool fan art? Then check out my DeviantArt page. Want to get the lowdown on everything that's happening on this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So the first bit of news is that the Venom sequel, Venom Let There Be Carnage, has been delayed from September to October 15th due to concerns about the COVID-19 Delta variant. The second bit of news is that Chloe Bennet, who was supposed to play as Blossom in the new Powerpuff Girls live-action reboot, has stepped down from the role, and they are now looking for a new actress to replace the role of Blossom in the new Powerpuff Girls live-action series. And the last bit of news is that it has been announced that Idris Elba will be portraying Knuckles the Echidna in the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie sequel. Now let's get into thoughts for the day, where I talk about my thoughts about each movie subject that's being talked about today. So let's get started. So let's start with the first bit of news, where it's been revealed that Venom Let There Be Carnage is being delayed from September to October 15th. Now, honestly, I'm not that surprised that this happened because, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, Paramount had delayed the Clifford the Big Red Dog movie due to concerns about the Delta variant of COVID-19. And I'm not that surprised that there's going to be a lot more movies now that's going to be delayed due to the Delta variant of COVID-19. So I wasn't that surprised that the Venom sequel was going to be delayed due to the COVID-19 concerns, because there's been a lot of films that's being pulled out lately because of this. So it makes me wonder if things would be better by the end of the year, where more movies start getting released by the end of the year, or where more movies be delayed till 2022 because of the situation with the Delta variant. I am a bit concerned about all this, and I just hope that things turn out to be okay by the end of the year. I hope that all the movies get released as they should, and I hope that things get better regarding the situation with COVID-19. And now with the second bit of news is that Chloe Bennet has stepped down as playing Blossom in the new Powerpuff Girls live action reboot due to scheduling conflicts. And I have to say that I'm a bit concerned about this happening, like the fact that she just suddenly stepped down from the role as Blossom for the new Powerpuff Girls live action reboot, and it was explained it was due to scheduling conflict. Like, I'm assuming that she had signed up for another movie or another TV series at the same time, and they probably thought that they were going to wrap up the Powerpuff Girls live action series by now, but because the script for the pilot episode had to be rewritten because it was horrible, and now we have Chloe Bennet leaving as Blossom for the new Powerpuff Girls series, it has me a bit worried about the series. Like, will it get off the ground or anything like that with all these problems happening? So it has me a bit concerned about the state of this live action reboot and whether or not it's going to get off the ground. And I'm guessing it might get off the ground sooner or later. It's just that it's going to go through a lot of these problems before they can be resolved. So I'm hoping that the live action Powerpuff Girls reboot still takes off, and I hope that they're doing things a little better, like with the script writing, and I hope that they find a new actress to replace Chloe Bennet as Blossom. And I'm still a bit interested to see where the show is going despite all the production problems that's going on. But yeah, I am a bit saddened that Chloe Bennet is leaving as Blossom. But at the same time, I'm a bit interested to see who they're going to replace Chloe Bennet with in regards to playing Blossom. And then the last bit of news, and probably the biggest news of this week, is that Idris Elba has confirmed that he's going to be voicing Knuckles the Echidna in the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie sequel. Now, when I first heard about this news, I will admit that I was a bit surprised about this, because I, like many fans, were thinking that either Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or Jason Momoa were going to voice Knuckles for the upcoming Sonic movie sequel. But it turns out to be Idris Elba, and I was really surprised by this. And then the more I thought about it, the more I'm actually excited to see Idris Elba actually voice Knuckles the Echidna. I think that Idris Elba has a very distinct voice when it comes to voicing characters. Like, he's voiced Shere Khan from the live-action Jungle Book remake, and he also voiced Chief Bogo from Zootopia. So if you're trying to figure out how Idris Elba would sound like if he's voicing a character, those are the two movies you should go to figure out how his voice would sound like when he voices Knuckles the Echidna. Now, I will admit that I was thinking to myself, is Knuckles the Echidna going to be older in this universe? Because Idris Elba has a more older sounding voice than what I would expect to hear from Knuckles the Echidna, who's supposed to be a bit older than Sonic, but not by much. So I do wonder where they're going to take Knuckles' character in this sequel. Is he going to be an older character? Is he going to be more distinct in his personality? I do wonder about that, but I am still excited to see Idris Elba voice Knuckles the Echidna. I think he's able to balance a serious character with some comedic elements very well. Like, I just recently reviewed the Suicide Squad movie, and he was in the Suicide Squad movie as Bloodsport. And he does a pretty good job with balancing the serious nature of Bloodsport's character, as well as giving a comedic effect to Bloodsport's character. So I think that he could pull that off very well with Knuckles the Echidna's character, as Knuckles can be serious most of the time, but he can be hilarious when he needs to be. So I do think that Idris Elba is a very good pick for having a serious character with comedic moments. So I can't wait to see what Idris Elba is going to do with Knuckles the Echidna's character, and I'm more than excited to see the sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog. So that's the movie news for this week, and tell me in the comments down below, what do you guys think about all of this? Are you upset that Venom Let There Be Carnage is being delayed? How do you feel about Chloe Bennet leaving her role as Blossom from the live-action Powerpuff Girls series? And how do you feel about Idris Elba voicing Knuckles the Echidna in the upcoming Sonic movie sequel? Please feel free to tell me in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you guys later.